Hello, Bears fans. Welcome to the Bears News Fan Report. If you're a Bears fan, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything about the team. Let's get started. Who would have imagined that the Chicago Bears, instead of strengthening their offensive line with a strategic pick at the 10th spot, would go all in on defense? That's exactly what's happening with the possible arrival of Mike Green, a devastating pass rusher for Marshall, who shook the college football world by recording 17 sacks in 2024. We're witnessing a plot twist that could change the Bears' history. For months, everyone expected the Bears to focus on protecting their future quarterback, Caleb Williams, by selecting a heavy-hitting tackle. The offensive line was one of the biggest weaknesses in 2024, allowing 68 sacks. It was almost a consensus that the Bears would invest in a tackle like Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks. But when the opportunity arose, the team took a different route and went after a pass rusher like Green. Why this change? Green not only shined at the Senior Bowl, but also proved to be a true nightmare for opposing offenses. His explosive game, physical power, and ability to outmaneuver tackles make him stand out in the edge rusher class. He represents exactly the type of player the Bears need to complement the strength of Montez Sweat and solidify their defensive line. With so many options in the lineman market, the Bears have the flexibility to not only select an impactful player but also trade to further reinforce their defense. Perhaps they could trade down a few spots, acquire more picks, and still land a talent like James Pierce Jr. This would bring more depth to the defense while opening up space to address other needs, such as the offensive line. By focusing on Green, the Bears aren't ignoring the need to protect Caleb Williams, but instead prioritizing pressure on opposing quarterbacks. However, this requires smart moves in the free agency market, possibly acquiring veterans to strengthen the offensive line and ensure Williams has the time to shine. What do you think about this? Are the Bears making the right decision by investing in a pass rusher like Green? Or do you believe protecting Williams should be the priority? If the Bears trade down, how might that shape the team's future? Over the past few years, the Bears have shown that when their defense is dominant, the team can be extremely competitive, as we saw in 2018 with a defense led by Khalil Mack. Green, with his relentless energy, could be the key piece to reestablishing that defensive force. The Bears need players who can not only pressure quarterbacks but also force turnovers and change the pace of games. Green's arrival could mark the beginning of a new defensive era for Chicago. Furthermore, defensive coordinator Dennis Allen is known for his aggressive tactics and focus on constant pressure on the quarterback. Hiring a player like Green, with his never-stop mentality, fits perfectly with this vision. Constant pressure and the ability to generate failures from opponents will be the key to rebuilding the Bears' defense and returning to the top. Although the defense is crucial, the team can't forget about its offense. Caleb Williams, despite being one of the most complete prospects in the league, won't thrive if the offensive line remains a weak point. The Bears face a tough mission, balancing the pursuit of defensive reinforcements with the need to protect their rising star. This is where draft flexibility becomes vital. By considering a trade, the Bears can accumulate more resources to address both defense and offensive line needs. If they fall into the 15 to 20 range, they could secure a quality player on the offensive line, like Tyler Booker, or even explore a later pick for a linebacker or a cornerback, depending on the draft situation. With so many options, Ryan Poles is responsible for building a balanced team that not only seeks immediate success, but also has a clear long-term vision. Selecting an impactful pass rusher like Green could not only strengthen the defense, but also serve as a foundation for future campaigns. But this depends on ensuring the offensive line and other areas also receive strategic attention. If the Bears can align these moves with the needs of their star, Caleb Williams, and build a solid offensive line alongside a devastating pass rush, the team could not only return to the playoffs but also be in a position to compete for the title. The big question is, how far will Ryan Poles prioritize defense without sidelining the offense? The 2025 draft will be a crucial moment for the Bears. Whether betting on Mike Green, trading to increase their draft capital, or making a surprise with a bold pick, one thing is clear: Chicago needs to make wise choices to ensure the franchise enters a new cycle of success. The key will be how Poles balances building a competitive team with an impenetrable defense without compromising offensive needs. Now, it's time to discuss with you, Bears fans. What do you think? Is defense the priority, or is it time to focus on the offense? If the Bears pick Mike Green, do you think they'll be closer to becoming an elite team? Or does the offensive line need to be the main focus? As a Bears fan, I see this decision to focus on defense with Mike Green as a bold but strategic bet. Defense has always been the heart of our team, and if we can be dominant again like we were in the Khalil Mack era, it could provide the foundation needed to build a winning team. Green, with his relentless energy and ability to pressure quarterbacks, is exactly the type of player Chicago needs to solidify that defense. His partnership with Montez Sweat could form a fearsome pass-rushing duo. Of course, we can't forget that Caleb Williams, our future star, needs protection. The offensive line is a legitimate concern, and if Poles decides to focus more on defense right now, we'll need to be very strategic in the postseason to ensure Williams has time to shine. Maybe a trade to secure more picks and reinforce both the defense and the offense is the smartest move. In the end, I believe defense has to be the priority now. If we can establish a solid foundation on defense and give the offense time to grow, we can become competitive again and even think about titles. This is the foundation of our success, and while the offensive line is important, a team that pressures the quarterback is the first step to winning. And you, Bears fan, what do you think of this choice? Do you agree with focusing on defense, or do you think the team should prioritize protection for Caleb Williams? If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, follow our channel.